A man stands at the precipice of his empire. He is a master of industry. His factories churn out finished goods by the thousands every day. The clamor of machines runs like clockwork, working tirelessly to make him wealthy. Let's spin a yarn through time to discover the incredible journey of textile titans. Behind this successor to titans of trade, cotton and wool, these natural resources have fueled his empire, and for centuries before him, they were the backbone of world economies. In 2018 alone, nearly 74 million metric tons of raw cotton was traded globally with a market value exceeding $9.6 billion. As European powers carved up the world, they sought riches and resources. Born in 1765, Whitney was fascinated by the world around him. He saw people struggling with the tedious task of separating cotton fibers from seeds, and he wondered if there wasn't a better way. With simple tools and sheer determination, he created a machine that would change everything. The cotton gin automated the process, speeding it up dramatically. Suddenly, vast fields of cotton were no longer a burden, but a gold mine. The fight for civil rights was far from over, but the abolition of slavery marked a significant step forward. Their vast, open spaces were ideal for raising sheep, and they were quickly gained recognition for its quality. Japan entered the textile arena in 1914, followed by China in 1920. These newcomers brought with them a rich history of textile production dating back centuries. China, in fact, is believed to be the birthplace of silk, with its silk industry dating back to 2200 BCE. The Egyptians weren't the only ones creating luxurious fabrics. Innovative solutions like waterless dyeing and zero-discharge factories emerged. The race was on to minimize the carbon footprint of textiles. Despite its size, it's home to over 1,000 factories and employs over 1 million workers, many of whom are women. Then there's Pakistan, known for its high-quality cotton and growing textile industry. And who can forget Turkey, a major player in yarn and fabric production? Japan, too, had mastered the art of textile production, known for their exquisite craftsmanship and attention to detail. Argentina, Uruguay and Chile also contribute significantly, each bringing its unique brand of quality. In recent years, the market has been volatile, with prices fluctuating due to extreme weather events and economic uncertainty. But the playing field will be more dynamic than ever. New technologies will reshape the industry, blurring the lines between nations. Artificial intelligence will drive innovation, while sustainable practices become the norm rather than the exception. Will prices, too, dance to their own tune, influenced by supply and demand, as well as fashion trends and economic conditions? Enter the mighty BIC, a symbol of British supremacy. This behemoth transported raw cotton to England, where machines started to hum. Nylon, polyester and rayon hit the market, offering new possibilities to consumers. It's a story that mirrors the very essence of humanity, our ability to transform humble beginnings into extraordinary legacies. So hear us to the next chapter in this epic tale, and to the countless hands that will shape it. Suddenly, there was a wider range of choices, each with its own benefits. Factories sprang up, marking the dawn of the Industrial Revolution. China leads the pack in both cotton and wool production, followed closely by India and the United States. However, the industry is more fragmented than ever. Numerous countries are significant players, each contributing its unique blend of tradition and innovation. Environmental concerns cast a long shadow over the textile industry. The use of harmful dyes, excessive water consumption, and the accumulation of microplastics in the oceans raised alarms. Consumers became more conscious of their choices, demanding eco-friendly alternatives. And who can forget wool? This humble sheep's fleece has been the go-to material for clothing since prehistoric times, its durability and versatility making it invaluable. The global wool market in 2023 was estimated to be worth over $23 billion. But how did these everyday materials become such cornerstones of our world? In 1797, a French inventor named Jacques Westcott changed the face of weaving forever. And so, with the advent of new technologies, the race for dominance began. But soon others joined the race. In 1813, France emerged as a contender, followed closely by Germany in 1835. And then there was the United States, a relative newcomer on the scene. However, the US cotton industry faced a unique challenge: slavery. The southern states relied heavily on enslaved labor to cultivate their cotton fields. This led to a moral dilemma. Could the nation built on liberty embrace the cruelty of slavery? His invention, the jacquard loom, allowed for complex patterns to be woven with incredible precision. It was like having a second brain for the loom, taking the guesswork out of pattern making. Suddenly, weavers could produce intricate designs with ease. No more deciphering cryptic codes or memorizing complex sequences. The jacquard loom read punch cards, a series of holes that dictated the loom's movements. By changing the pattern on the cards, weavers could create endless variety. The first chapter of our tale begins in the fertile fields of Central America. Here in the heart of the Mayan Empire, an extraordinary plant thrived. A plant with fuzzy balls that could be twisted into strong threads. Yes, it was none other than cotton. Cotton sailed across the seas with Christopher Columbus, becoming a staple in European colonies. Its cultivation spread from the American tropics to Mediterranean shores. Meanwhile, wool remained largely in Europe, thriving in cooler climates, though the art of weaving was universal. The tools were simple: hand-spun wheels and looms, each piece a testament to human creativity. To the Mayans, cotton wasn't just a source of fabric, it was a symbol of wealth and power. Only the elite could afford its luxurious feel and intricate designs. They wove stories into their textiles, myths of creation and heroes. Each pattern held deep cultural significance, passed down through generations. Meanwhile, across the ocean, another tale was unfolding. On the rugged hillsides of ancient Ethiopia, a tiny shrub grew, its fleece a treasure more precious than gold. This was the wild ancestor of modern sheep. Over time, humans domesticated these wild sheep, selectively breeding them for their wool. The finest fleece went to the kings and queens, while the rest was reserved for priests and nobles. As centuries rolled by, these two prized materials took different paths. But the real game changer came when two titans collided: the East India Company and colonialism. In the heart of this transformation stood Eli Whitney, an ordinary man with an extraordinary invention, the cotton gin. And so it was that two continents and one determined inventor set the world on a new course. Now let's turn our attention to wool. Across the Atlantic, a different revolution was brewing. It was a beautiful synergy, the art of weaving meeting machine precision. As the Industrial Revolution roared, Britain took an early lead, amassing substantial wealth and power. In 1865, the American Civil War brought this dark chapter to an end. Meanwhile, wool was carving its own path. Countries like Australia and Argentina climbed the ranks, becoming major players in the global wool market. As the 20th century dawned, the playing field shifted once again. This era also witnessed the rise of synthetic fibers, challenging the dominance of natural textiles. However, as the world raced towards modernization, a shadow loomed on the horizon. In response, the industry began to shift. Sustainable practices like using organic cotton and recycled materials gained traction. Today, as we stand at the cusp of a new era, the textile titans continue their reign. Take, for example, Bangladesh, a small yet mighty player in the textile game. In the world of wool, Australia takes the crown as the top wool exporter, followed by China and New Zealand. And what about the titans of trade themselves? Well, cotton prices are influenced by a multitude of factors, from weather conditions to global demand. As we peer into the future, one thing is clear: the textile titans will continue their reign. And so the story of textile titans continues to be written. It's a tale of resilience, adaptation and innovation,